Welcome back, guys, to Trails to Azure, where last episode, Chapter 2, Day 1, came to an end with lots of movement taking place as Prince Olivert and Crown Princess Claudia prepared to arrive for the trade conference, and Campanella the Fool started taking control of Jonah's terminal in the Geofront. Day 2 began with the unveiling of Orcus Tower in front of the foreign dignitaries with the SSS on security detail before we picked up our support requests, starting the patrol in Central Square. We fed our little kitty cat. Central Square we go, except Zydo. Say, Zy, you were with Kia during the Orcus Tower unveiling, right? She looks a little depressed. Do you have any ideas why? Woof. Even if he knows, there's no way we'll be able to make any sense of it without Tio. It's like, did those stand out so much before? Well, here we go. Day 2 sweep patrol begins. Talking to everyone and trying to fit in our quest in the meantime, considering we've only got 3. Can't say I give 2 wits about the trade conference as long as we teach Ereboni and Calvar to stop messing with us. If we give them so much as a read, they'll be more than happy to help themselves to a few cells. Ooh, actually, secondary thought. I just realized that we did check out enough of the hospital to make sure that this is probably fine. I just remembered, there is probably something going on at the hospital, right? There was someone coming. He wasn't in the downstairs rooms. We looked. Could go out that way first. Oh, hi, SSS. I wanted to meet my mummy. She's a tour guide. Pleased to meet you all. Thank you for being so good to my daughter. I've heard many wonderful things about you from her. Oh, no, not at all. Couldn't possibly take that much credit. She mentioned you were a tour guide? That sounds like an excellent profession. Do you have a long day's work ahead of you? No, actually, we were given time off for the duration of the trade conference. I plan to spend all of it with my daughter. If that's the case, why are you still wearing your uniform? Oh, well, that's because I wanted her to wear it. We're about to play tour guide now. It's like a real tour, but pretend. How about that? I bet you're having a blast, aren't you, Mimi? Yeah. See you later, guys. Watch out for bad guys, okay? I see. Gotta take a picture of this. Over there on your right, you'll see the famous Bell of Crossbell. It is believed to date back to the Middle Ages over 500 years ago. Excavated in year 1185 of the Septian calendar, it is known to this day among citizens as the symbol of the city itself. Yes, I think it's a hidden quest. No, you're not supposed to tell me this. I'm supposed to read the dialogue, get what's going on, and go to a place in hope. I'm not supposed to know. I'm not supposed to be told. Though to be fair, I had a clear idea that there was something going on as of last week, but still. I had to leave the limousines carrying all of the dignitaries around. Can't say I've ever felt quite that tense before. It was strange, I could practically sense the gravitas emanating out from their cars. You're not supposed to tell me. I do admit I was a little nervous when I saw those limos passing through here. It's a different kind of energy compared to the anniversary festival. They popped all your balloons. They come past a drive-by popping. Barely got a glimpse of the national leaders as they entered the city. They were all in orbital cars, so I couldn't really see them. Who else could it have been in there besides the dignitaries? Well, now I know for certain. I can't miss it. Despite the fact I was obviously still going to check it out, and I basically expressed that. We're finally going to get to see the new City Hall building, eh? It's been 5 years since they announced the plans for its construction. Rumor had it that we were in for another year's wait at least. But just after Mayor Croix was elected, he decided to invest IBC capital into the project. Doing so allowed construction to proceed without all the ridiculous squabbling over private interests, and now it's all finished. I say we all owe Mayor Croix a great debt for that, wouldn't you? Ho-ho! Ho-ho! It's been 5 years since they announced the plans for Orcus Tower's construction. Rumor had it we were all in for another year's wait, but not anymore. I'd say we all owe Mayor Croix a great debt for that. Do you think the girls are still thirsting over here? The dignitaries have finally arrived in Crossbell. Thank goodness the unveiling ceremony went so smoothly. Oh me goddess, Lena Lee. Oh me goddess, yeah, like Lena Lee. Did you see Prince Albert's beard? Talk about dreamy. Chancellor Osborne's spicy too, but his vibe is like high-key intimidating. Whatevs though, both their beard games are totally on point. sure. Oh my gosh, I knew you were a woman of culture, Pruna. Those beers are choice. Real talk, though, that beefcake soldier next to Prince Oliver was way more my type. The Mirai would pay to have a man like that carry me like a princess just once. Different access every time. The first is real. The Mirai would pay. Sure thing. This is the true Olizandri, me talking like that. Sorry. I saw that Wendigo bow out of the store just after an orbital airship came roaring overhead. It took her a while to come back too. I wonder what had her so worked up. Engineering. That Wendy just doesn't end with us sometimes. She took one of our display cameras and rushed out the door, completely abandoning her work. The old me would have been foaming at the sight. Luckily, we didn't have many customers yet, so it wasn't too much of a hassle. I actually found it rather charming, even. I suppose I can let Wendy off the hook for this. Giving live demonstrations of our cameras might even be a good way to promote their features. Yeah, actually, it would have been good. Yeah, so I'll have to remind her to show me the photos she took later as well. Are you slowly becoming a better boss? I'm becoming a better pilot. The trade conference doesn't directly concern me, so I haven't been paying much attention to it. But enough about that. Take a gander at the supplies. Isn't it adorable? It almost looks like it's a face if you think of these screws as eyes. What a charming little thing. We're humanizing appliances now. The corporations will love us. Corporations are people, after all. Sure. Me, I'm not spending a single mirror here. The only reason I keep coming back is so I can see the cute sales girl. By the way, I stuck a peek at her name tag. Angel and hi, thy name is Chucko. What an adorable name. It sounds just as cute and lovable as she looks. I don't care about no unveiling ceremony. Just seeing her heart smile takes me higher than any dumb old tower ever could. Young at Heart 985. I'm fine. How are you? I'm also young at Heart 985. Life is good. Wendy snatched the display camera that I was going to use this morning. I wanted to take pictures of Princess Claudia and Prince Claudia and Prince Albert. Albert? Must be the Remiferi guy. I just forgot his name. Damn, why is he so forgettable? No, we didn't get a picture after all. Everyone was like, hey, you didn't get a picture. And Prince Albert's so badly too. I don't want to take a picture of Prince Albert, you know what I mean? When he snatched the display camera that I was going to use this morning. Don't take pictures of Prince Albert. It was kind of a wide shot, but I managed to snap a killer pic of the RCL. I rushed as fast as I could to get this bad boy developed. You guys want to take a look? Oh, wow, I'm kind of curious, so sure. Wide shot may have been a bit generous. Why, it's like a spec. Not to be that guy, but are you sure this is the RCL? I can just barely make out his silhouette if I squint real hard. Oh, come on, guys, look closer. That's obviously the bow seat, and this over here, that's the stern. Well, now you've pointed it out, it's tough to argue otherwise. I think we're out of our depth on this one. Wendy spent so much time tinkering that it's given her a mechanical sixth sense. What are you going on about? Who wouldn't geek out over this? A vaguely RCL-shaped blur? Pretty much everybody but you. Well, it's kind of a wide shot, but I managed to snap a killer pic of the RCL. I think I'm going to blow it up and frame it on my wall. It's just going to be like pixels. Pixels! Endless pixels. Can't make it in P2 yet. We're building up our courts again. Is the IBC closed? I need to make more money so I can buy cool stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like orbital car parts. EP charge is available now. That's really good. We've got... we haven't got Mishi paintwork. Sure. Beacon light. Is that the woo-woo-wee-woo? Oh, I'm wasting money on the wee-woo-wee-woo. Quick, we must install the wee-woo-wee-woo. And go buy covers too. Quick to the wee-woo-wee-woo. I guess we gotta check out times first. No, I gotta go wee-woo-wee-woo. I got Mishi paintwork now. That's terrible. No. I mean, that's the initial, like... See, it's the problem, really. The guard paintwork at least says police on the front. Makes it look like I'm mean business. Right, we'll install the EP charger. That's great. And then the beacon light. Yes! I have my light. Life is good. Wee woo, wee woo. Alright, time to test Nono's bouillon. Well now, this is much better than I was expecting. I did hear that she cooks for herself at home. We're gonna need to ask her for her help in here more often. Nono's managed to imbue this bouillon with tremendous flavor, even though you can't say it correctly. I did hear that she cooks for herself at home. We're gonna need to ask for her help in here more often. You said it again. Oh, these vegetables take longer to cook, so maybe I should score them instead. Yeah, that ought to do it. Chopping intensifies. Aha! So this is what they mean by finely minced. Took me some courage to make Seldio wait tables, but it honestly worked out better than I expected. He's been showing basic decency to our female customers, even the ones he fancies most, so I think he'll be fine. Now, if only we could teach him not to, to not just cook like a chef, but think and act like one too. That might be asking too much of him, though. Seldio's always coming up with wild ideas in the kitchen. Unfortunately, that often results in him adding surprise ingredients to the dishes. If he's not going to do things by the book, I'll need to think outside the box. Probably will. Welcome, are you dining in with us today? Feel free to sit at any open table. We're not too busy, so I could even hook you up with some reserved seating, not reverse. That'd be crazy. Well, how can I eat at the table? On the second floor, if you like. Just let me know when you're ready to order. Phew, never would have thought that being a waiter could be this much fun. That puts a pep in my step like the smiles of customers, especially the female variety. Why so many people bothered going out for the unveiling ceremony is beyond me. They wouldn't get to see it up close anyway. I'd much rather wait for the Crossbell Times to cover it so I can catch up on things a tasteful way with a nice cup of coffee. Tastefully. Alrighty, time to order me some nice fresh fish. Actually, wait a minute. Look at the daily special they've got. Changed. Have I ever mentioned how indecisive you are? These two up here still? Yep. There's just one expensive dish after another. But hey, what are vacations for, right? Let's not sweat the expenses. We went on a vacation so much it bankrupted me. Ah, this is bliss. Eating is always the best part of traveling, hands down. I'm sure it is. Okay. Time's department store. I guess it might not be a paper because there was mention of paper for the thingies. So it might not be a paper today. One of the Legion's foods. If you're looking for the best ingredients in town, you've come to the right place. For the next 3 days, we're selling a special trade conference combo to commemorate the event. It's a special set of the finest ingredients we could gather from Erebonia, LeBeau, Rebeferia, Calvert, and of course, Crossbell. Buy one while you can. Special trade conference combo. But not for me. I'm not allowed. Everyone's all pumped up over the unveiling ceremony, but here I am, still down in the dumps. Just reminds me of how jealous I am of Cerrone. I mean, think of how carefree she always is. How are we even related? I've got to restock on these tasty pastries while I have the chance. I'd be in a world of trouble if I ran out right when my cravings strike. Why are you hiding them now? Did you hear, Pearl? Senior Captain Julius Schwartz is in town, all the way from the Bell. Of course, Cynthia, who hasn't? I already told a friend to snap some pictures for me, even. I'm worried they won't be able to get a decent shot of her through the crowd, though. Pearl, you need to get those photos copied for me. Please, I'll do anything. Sure, if you want them that badly. Well, you've underestimated just how much of a hold the Senior Captain has on people. Of course, this is the Senior Captain Schwartz we're talking about? I always knew Cynthia was a fan of Julius Schwartz, but I didn't realize she was that big a fan. I feel like I'm getting to see a whole new side of her. Oh, I'm sorry I had to see that. Welcome to Times Department Store. Let me know if you need any help. No, we want the other dialogue. The cook's still there, though. You can only see it from this angle. It's blocked from any angle but this gap. I'm embarrassed to admit this, but I joined our customers in watching the unveiling ceremony. Orchis Tower truly is a majestic sight to behold. The way it looms above, 40 stories into the sky. Why, one could even consider it Crossbell's newest landmark. A 40-story tall skyscraper. Why, one could even consider it Crossbell's newest landmark indeed. I wonder how long that cook sign was up for. But I just never noticed. You know what I mean? The unveiling ceremony must have been incredible. Too bad I couldn't attend. It's unbelievable how many world leaders are in town, though. You only ever hear about them in the news. I'm going to be looking forward to the next Crossbell Times for sure. There's no yeah, then. You can get one again, though, just in case you missed it. Oh, we need battle scopes. We are running low. That unveiling ceremony was mind-blowing. Well, I don't like the way it got my mum all riled up. I hope she doesn't buy something else we don't need. Mum's got this weird look on her face today. Sure. Uh-oh. That unveiling sure was something. It has me feeling so festive that I might spend more than usual today. It's that time again. My husband just got paid. Now, wallet looks like it could use some trimming. I'm going to take my sweet time looking around today. You could save. Savings are good. The trade conference has finally begun. As a fashionista, it's my duty to pay close watch to how the dignitaries are dressed. I'm amazed that, for example, because of everything kind of going badly economy-wise, if you know what I mean, the interest rates have actually been up, so you actually can earn interest on bank accounts or saving accounts now. I'm like, when I worked in a bank, I was just like, so you want to do some savings, right? Well, if you, nah, it's just, you don't get anything. It's like, you can have an ISA, put your money in it, fine. You just didn't get any interest. Now you actually get some. But at what cost? At what cost? Huge crowd today, huh? It's got me too distracted to keep counting all the highs I see. At least the stress of the conference hasn't affected Raymond too much. At least he's not pinging one. I watched the unveiling ceremony from our rooftop. It left me speechless. Orchis Tower truly is a sight to behold. Always checking to see if there's anything new. Oh, you really can't find a better view of the tower than from up here on the roof here. I'll never forget how I felt the moment they unveiled it in all this colossal grandeur. We watched the unveiling ceremony from the roof of the store. The view up there was absolutely perfect. It's a good thing I made sure to do my research beforehand. Wow, the unveiling ceremony was even more amazing than I expected. You have to hand it to Crossbell. They know how to go to town. I didn't know our customers could be so forward, but I'm not complaining. How long has it been since I've gone to a mixer? Tonight can't come soon enough. All three of the guys coming are businessmen from the Harbour District too. This is finally it, my big chance. Who? The more you break in your shoes, the more they'll feel like an extension of your very body. A perfect pair of footwear is never as simple as it seems. The same goes for those who wear them. I want to see this mixer. Might try keep an eye out. Hey there, kids. I saw you were part of the unveiling ceremony security detail. How'd it feel seeing the dignitaries up close? As overwhelming as you'd expect. No kidding. You can practically see an aura around each of them screaming, "Look at me, I'm a continental big shot." Sounds like they really made an impression on you. Well, let me give you my 2 mirrors worth. Obviously, it's important to recognize their presence, but it's just as crucial to make sure not to get swept up in it. Once you're on their playing field. Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. It's easier said than done, though. Well, on the flip side, the more it's done, the easier it gets. At any rate, it looks like it was a positive experience for your team overall. I'd say you owe Sergey some thanks for pushing you into that assignment. That we do. We'll remember to let him know. You know how tangible a real bigwig's presence is. What's more, each one is different from the next. Just don't let yourself get swept up if you ever end up facing off against one of them on the playing field. Oh my god, there's tons of people up here. Such a magnificent building. You know, my husband was involved in its construction. I couldn't be prouder of him. What were the prongs in the middle for? Seeming they actually moved out. Wowee, you did! You're amazing, Daddy. Hey, Lima, look over there. Did you know Daddy and his co-workers built that building? I guess if they're here, then we don't have to talk to them in downtown district, right? Every time I come home from a journey, the tower was a little closer to being finished. So this is what was hiding behind that curtain the entire time, huh? It was worth the wait. Well, that's enough of that. Time to get back out there and start another journey. I can stop by home some other time. Ah, these two are even more brawny and handsome in real life than they appear on stage. I hate to say it, but I'm starting to understand why my wife is so head over heels for them. It's them, Eugene and Theodore, in the flesh. Oh, goddess, I think I'm about to faint. They've been cornered, haven't they? Ah! Never my wildest dreams that I think I'd meet the silent scion of Flaxen Prince. Can I have your autographs? Ah! Settle down, will you? You're going to scare them off. Besides, I'm going to be the one who gets their autographs first. Between the crown and the tower, no one will even notice this in our training gear. That's what I get for listening to you. Hammy, sire. Here I thought the tower would overpower our alluring auras. Alas, 'twas a gross miscalculation on my part. My apologies, Theodore. Was that hammy enough of a sigh? Can I be an actor? Feed me some famous lines. I can easily say them. I can be on the English stage any day. Sounding like this. Right, well, I'm going to go to St. Ursula's first, because that cuts off something from the list. He's hyperventilating. It's here. It's really here. The Imperial Government's very own private orbital train, the Isograph. Its fire-red base scheme and dignified detail work practically embodied the prestigious might of the Empire. Sensational. It's no wonder this name means Iron Count. I'm so glad I purchased a camera for this once-in-a-lifetime spectacle. Is that good enough? Oh, what a fantastic day. This is what my entire life has been leading up to. I'm sure it has. No one's hanging out by the geofront. We still have not gone inside. I watched the unveiling ceremony from the roof of the department store. Sure, she was about the size of an ant, but technically I got to catch a glimpse of Julius Schwartz's face. Ah. Wow. All of it must be like, ooh. Do you know what I mean? This morning was something else, let me tell you. All those gorgeous limousines coming and going. These dignitaries sure do know how to ride in style. Seems like people like the military types quite a lot in this world. Oh, the station's open. What? What's that blasted train coming? I'm sick and tired of waiting. Why have we got a car magazine in here? Why is this open? I actually don't know. I check all the doors just in case, but when it actually opens, I'm always surprised. Car Star Special Edition. Shiny paintwork has been obtained. I heard there's a trade conference happening in Crossbell right now. Maybe we should go visit that Orcus Tower place. It's all anybody's been talking about. I came here from Altair, a poor city on the western border of Calvard. May just be one stop away, but it's still shocking to see how much Crossbell has changed in person. Calvard's been modernizing too, but it feels practically rural compared to Crossbell. Wait, is this a quest? Have I gone to the wrong place? It's the man in black. Hey, Lloyd, that guy there's giving off some real intense vibes. Told me he's our client. Excuse me, sir, we're with the special support section. I've been waiting for you. Thanks for coming. My name is Mueller. Wait, I thought he was in the... oh, shoot, I read station. I then thought it was the police station. What? I read the train station. Oh, shoot. My name is Mueller. I work as the talent manager for Erebonia's music industry. Pleasure to make your acquaintances. A talent manager? He doesn't look that bad at all. Good disguise there, Mueller. Well, you fooled me. If anything, he feels more like a bodyguard. I get the sense that I've heard of him somewhere before. Is something wrong? No, not at all. If it's all right with you, would you mind giving us the specifics of your request? You mentioned something about a missing musician, as I recall. I take it that means you're their manager. That's correct. We traveled to Crossbell as part of his concert tour. However, the moment I took my eyes off him, he went missing. That puts me in a tight spot. I've little to go on in a city I'm not familiar with. I can see that posing some difficulty. Crossbell City is larger than most. Yes, though I'm sure that won't be the only hurdle I'm to contend with. In any case, could I ask you all to begin the search immediately? Can we talk to you in a second? I'm sorry, Mueller, but we can't. We've actually got our hands full right now. Ah, well, that's a shame. I'd appreciate it if you came back, assuming your schedule clears up. We didn't have much time to spare today either. I could use whatever help I can get. Yeah, I'll, let me check out the rest of the station, and then I'll get back to you. How long has it been since I last saw His Excellency and Prince Oliver, I wonder? It's an incredible honor for a humble Imperial soldier like myself to get the chance to greet such high-ranking government officials. I feel as though I've seen that large man in the black suit over on the first floor somewhere before. Welcome to the ticket counter. Let me know if you'd like to make a purchase. It will be my pleasure to assist you. It's great. I can remember about someone visiting the hospital. But when I was saying about we won't go that way first, on the basis of him being at the police station, possibly. I bet there were people like, that's not what it said. That's not what it said. I've heard the Imperial Chancellor, Gilead Osborne, had ties with former Speaker Hartman. And yet some say the Chancellor himself was behind the Empire's decision to deny Hartman asylum after he defected. The second he outlived his usefulness, Osborne cut his lifeline. That's the kind of man the Blood and Iron Chancellor is. The moment you outlive your usefulness is the moment you're left out in the cold. That's the kind of man the Blood and Iron Chancellor is. I'm sorry, could you give me just a moment, please? Attention all travelers. Due to the arrival of the Eisengraf, stricter security measures will be in effect today. We ask that you please refrain from entering platform 3 for the duration of its stay. Thank you. Sorry about that. They have me in charge of making the announcements around here. If you have any questions about the railways, I'd be happy to answer them. We are security, technically. Thank you for choosing Crossbell Station. The railroads will be operating under their standard schedules for the duration of the trade conference. Please make your way to the second floor if you wish to purchase tickets. The railroads will be operating under their standard schedules for the duration of the trade conference. Please make your way to the second floor. Yes, we know. Journalists from the Imperial Chronicle came by to gather information earlier this morning. It just goes to show how visible the trade conference is on the international stage. What to buy? Nothing that we need. The Imperial government's private train, the Eisengraf, arrived at Platform 1 this morning. They're moving it to Platform 3, though, since regular service is still running. You're welcome to go take a look. It's not something you often see, after all. Ooh. I can... I'm like, yeah, I'll totally take a look. Can't go on 1. Can't go on 2. Where actually is Platform 3? Ah, it's mythical. Okay, cool. The absolutely mythical Platform 3. Well, we got the stuff, so I guess now we can take on the quest, right? It'll be fine. I'd like you to search for my client, a musician who's gone missing in the city. Could I ask you all to begin the search immediately? Sorry for the hold-up, Muller. Let's find that musician and change my course afterwards. Of course, we're here to help. Could you give us some more details about this musician we're looking for? Gladly. My client goes by the name of Olivier Lenheim. He's a blonde man in his 20s, often clad in a white coat and sporting a lute. A lute? Wouldn't that make him stand out like a sore thumb? How hard could it be to find this guy? If only things were so simple. A mere search and retrieval mission wouldn't be an issue ordinarily. You see, Olivier's personality is a bit, shall we say, problematic. He has an incurable need to stick his nose in other people's business, only to cause more trouble in the process. To be frank, he's a nuisance, a fool, and a real pain in my, Excuse me. I see. Ideally, I'd like to find him right away, so as to keep his tour schedule intact, but I know better than to get my hopes up. You'll be doing me enough of a favor if you could simply grab him before he gets himself into any incidents. You're starting to sound less like his manager and more like his babysitter. Either way, it explains exactly what kind of person we should be on the lookout for. Do you have any idea what sort of areas might pique his interest? The back alley? Well, if I had to say, Olivier has a tendency to be drawn to bustling crowds or places of ill repute. He also fancies himself a gourmet, so he might have slipped away to some sort of eating establishment. Basically, if it's any place someone could stir up trouble, you can bet it's on his radar. The downtown district, back alley, and entertainment district are the first places that come to mind in that case. I'd say you're on the right track there, but I've already combed the entertainment district as it so happens. You'll be better off excluding it from your search. Maybe you thought it'd be too easy that time. He undoubtedly knows I'm looking for him, so he's probably avoiding the most obvious spots. That complicates things, but if he's drawn a large crowd, then the Harbour District may also be worth checking out. I believe Mishi is scheduled to make an appearance here today. I see. It sounds to me like you have a good list of possible destinations. Is he going to be in Mishi? My apologies. I wish I had more concrete information to offer you. Don't worry about it. This is plenty. If there's nothing else we need to know, we'll get started right away. Best of luck. I'm counting on you. And if he refuses to cooperate, don't be afraid to use force. In fact, I invite it. A good slap upside the head should do. Sure thing. What kind of weird relationship does he have with this guy? Musician Manhunt has begun. Olivia Lenheim is a traveling musician dressed in a white coat. The loot he carries with him will be a dead giveaway. Your best bet of finding him would be somewhere of ill repute. If not that, then an area with a large crowd or perhaps a dining establishment. Being on the right track, focusing on the downtown district, back alley, and harbour district. I guess we'll do a sweep at the same time then. If you can't get him to cooperate, I don't mind if you have to use force. In fact, I invite it. I'll be expecting good news from you. So let's check the back alley first. Is the most obvious first location. I'm just like, I should just speed up. So this is still open then. How'd you guys get back here? Well, whatever. But they have the same... Wait, they actually have the same from behind dialogue? Oh, that's interesting. So you can still come in and get that. Not remotely missable, of course. But their dialogue doesn't change from the back. Their dialogue is set from the back. That's interesting. Imelda, have you seen a guy in a white jacket? Click, clack, click, clack. Well, well, isn't this interesting? People on the Orbital Net just can't stop chittering and chattering about Orcus Tower. I can't wait to see how many tourists it's going to bring to town. A little economic boost is never a bad thing. I should try to get my hands on a piece of real estate with an excellent view of the tower while I still can. I just can't wait to see how many tourists it's going to bring to town. You're just saying the same thing, are you? Give me this. 80,000. I need to visit the IBC. If it's open. The first division is keeping Crimson & Co. under surveillance right now. Let's leave them to their jobs and focus on ours instead. Isn't Orcus Tower incredible? I stuck away from work for a bit to check out the unveiling and it just blew me away. Bet everyone who ends up working there will just be loaded with Mira. He's hoping they come down to our club and become my newest regulars. Sounds like some fancy schmancy VIPs from abroad are in Crossbell right now. What's a guy got to do to get some walking publicity like them in this club? Now that'd pull in some customers. Didn't you want to reroute? Yeah, we are. We rerouted to the back alley. We're going to do sweeps this way. I was going to the hospital after all. But then I accidentally bumped into the quest and begun its thing. This jerk of a customer pressured me into getting totally hammered last night. Now I have a splitting headache the day after again. Who did that then? The first part of the trade conference is underway as we speak. Owing to that, the police officers on patrol in the back alley look even more stressed than usual. You can tell by how close of an eye they're keeping on Crimson & Co.